Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the best tips and insights for navigating life's challenges. Today we have something truly eye-opening lined up for you. Have you ever wondered which states in America are grappling with the highest levels of corruption? Whether you're curious about political transparency, concerned about governance, or just want to stay informed, this video is for you. We're counting down the 15 most corrupt states in America in 2024. But this isn't just about pointing fingers. We'll also delve into the underlying issues, the impact on residents, and what's being done to combat corruption in these areas. You might be shocked by some of the states on this list. They face significant challenges, but also have communities striving for reform and transparency. So, are you ready to uncover which states made the list? Trust us, you'll want to stick around till the end because number 1 is a real eye-opener. Let's dive in and explore the states where corruption is taking a toll. Let's get started. Kicking off our list at number 15 is Arizona. Known for its stunning desert landscapes, Arizona has also been plagued by political scandals. For instance, in recent years, the Fiesta Bowl scandal revealed extensive bribery and illegal campaign contributions involving state legislators. The scandal rocked the state, revealing how deep the corruption went within the political system. This scandal involved lawmakers accepting extravagant gifts, trips, and contributions in exchange for favorable legislation, resulting in several resignations and criminal charges. Additionally, recent investigations into state contracts have highlighted further issues of transparency and accountability. For example, in Phoenix, city officials have been accused of accepting bribes from construction companies in exchange for favorable zoning decisions, further undermining public trust. Next up is New Mexico. Despite its rich cultural heritage, the state has faced numerous corruption charges, particularly within its law enforcement agencies. The most notable case involved the former Secretary of State, Deanna Duran, who was convicted of embezzlement and money laundering. Her misuse of campaign funds for personal gambling debts shocked the public and highlighted the need for stricter oversight. Furthermore, the state has seen issues with corruption in local governments, such as mayors and city council members engaging in bribery and kickback schemes, severely impacting public trust. In Albuquerque, for example, a major scandal involved the police department where officers were caught fabricating evidence and accepting bribes from local businesses. At number 13, we have Nevada. Famous for Las Vegas, the state's corruption issues often revolve around the gambling industry. A notable example is the case of former Nevada Lieutenant Governor Brian Krolicki, who faced charges related to the mismanagement of state funds. This case underscored the challenges of maintaining ethical governance in a state heavily influenced by the gaming industry. Additionally, the state has dealt with several cases of public officials taking bribes from casino operators and developers, creating an environment where money often trumps legal and ethical considerations. Recently, a scandal involving the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department revealed officers accepting bribes to overlook illegal activities in certain casinos, further highlighting the state's ongoing corruption issues. Illinois comes in at number 12. With a long history of political corruption, particularly in Chicago, the state continues to battle unethical practices. Former Governor Rod Blagojevich's attempt to sell Barack Obama's Senate seat is one of the most infamous examples. His actions were a stark reminder of how power can be abused for personal gain. Additionally, Illinois has seen multiple cases of fraud, bribery, and embezzlement involving city officials, school board members, and even police officers, contributing to a pervasive culture of corruption. For instance, the Chicago Police Department has faced numerous scandals involving officers planting evidence, extorting money from local businesses, and participating in drug trafficking rings. Florida ranks 11th, with a mix of corruption cases involving everything from real estate fraud to electoral misconduct. A recent case involved former Palm Beach County Commissioner Mary McCarty, who was convicted of honest services fraud. Her case highlighted issues within local government and raised questions about the integrity of public officials. Florida has also seen issues with electoral fraud, including ballot tampering and vote buying, which have undermined the democratic process in several elections. In Miami, a series of corruption scandals have revealed city officials accepting bribes from developers to approve high-rise projects in violation of zoning laws, causing significant PU. Ohio starts our top 10. The state has seen several high-profile corruption cases in recent years, including the first energy bribery scandal involving former House Speaker Larry Householder. This scandal revealed a massive pay-to-play scheme, shaking public confidence in the state's political system. Furthermore, Ohio has grappled with corruption in its educational institutions and local governments, where officials have been caught engaging in fraudulent activities and misuse of public funds. Recently, a scandal in the Columbus City School District involved administrators falsifying attendance records to secure additional state funding, highlighting the pervasive nature of corruption across various sectors in the state. New Jersey is at number 9. Known for its robust political landscape, it's also notorious for corruption related to organized crime and political kickbacks. The case of former Newark Mayor Sharp James, who was convicted of fraud and conspiracy, stands out. His actions epitomize the blend of political power and corruption that has plagued the state. Additionally, the state has had numerous cases of police corruption, including officers involved in drug trafficking and protection rackets, which have further damaged public trust. For example, in Jersey City, several police officers were recently arrested for accepting bribes to overlook illegal activities in local businesses, highlighting ongoing issues within law enforcement. Pennsylvania takes the 8th spot. The state has faced numerous scandals involving state officials and judicial misconduct. The infamous Kids for Cash scandal, where judges received kickbacks for placing juveniles in for-profit detention centers, is a glaring example. This case highlighted severe ethical breaches within the judicial system, affecting the lives of countless young people. Additionally, Pennsylvania has seen corruption in its public contracting processes, with officials taking bribes to award contracts to favored businesses. In Philadelphia, city officials have been implicated in several corruption cases involving pay-to-play schemes, where contractors were required to make campaign contributions to secure government contracts. At number 7, Texas. Known for its large economy, the state also struggles with corruption cases in both local and state governments. Recently, the FBI investigated bribery and corruption charges against Dallas City Council members, revealing a network of payoffs and illicit deals. This scandal underscored the ongoing challenges Texas faces in maintaining governmental integrity. Moreover, Texas has dealt with cases of police corruption, where officers have been implicated in drug smuggling and other illegal activities. In Houston, a major scandal involved city officials accepting bribes from real estate developers to expedite building permits and overlook safety violations, causing significant public outcry. Louisiana comes in at number 6. With a history of political corruption, the state continues to see issues particularly in public contracting and law enforcement. The case of former Governor Edwin Edwards, who served time for racketeering and extortion, is well known. More recently, corruption in the awarding of disaster recovery contracts has further tarnished the state's reputation. Louisiana has also faced corruption in its prison system, where officials have been caught accepting bribes and engaging in other illicit activities. For example, in New Orleans, a recent scandal involved police officers who were caught taking bribes from drug dealers to provide protection and intelligence on law enforcement activities. Alabama ranks 5th on our list. The state has been embroiled in numerous corruption scandals, often involving high-ranking officials. A notable example is the case of former House Speaker Mike Hubbard, who was convicted on multiple felony ethics charges related to using his public office for personal gain. Additionally, corruption has also been seen in various local governments and law enforcement agencies across the state. Alabama has also had issues with judicial corruption, where judges have been caught taking bribes to influence court decisions. In Birmingham, a significant scandal involved city council members accepting bribes from contractors to approve lucrative city projects, leading to multiple arrests and convictions. Coming in at number 4 is Kentucky. The state has a history of corruption in its political and legal systems. One high-profile case involved former Agriculture Commissioner Richie Farmer, who was convicted of misappropriating state funds for personal use. Kentucky has also dealt with corruption in its police forces, with several officers convicted of drug trafficking and other illegal activities. Additionally, the state has seen issues with election fraud, where officials have been caught manipulating votes to secure election outcomes. In Louisville, a major scandal involved. Mississippi ranks 3rd on our list. the state has seen numerous corruption cases involving embezzlement, fraud, and bribery. One significant case involved the former director of the Department of Corrections, who was convicted of accepting bribes in exchange for awarding contracts to private prison companies. This case highlighted the pervasive corruption within the state's correctional system. Mississippi has also faced issues with corruption in its educational institutions, where administrators have been caught embezzling funds and manipulating records to secure additional state funding. In Jackson, several city officials were recently implicated in a scheme to divert public funds for personal use, causing widespread outrage among residents. New York takes the number 2 spot. The state has a long history of political corruption, particularly in New York City. A recent case involved former State Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, who was convicted of accepting millions in bribes and kickbacks. Corruption in New York has also been seen in its police force, with several high-ranking officers convicted of various illegal activities. Additionally, the state has faced issues with corruption in its healthcare system, where administrators have been caught embezzling funds and engaging in fraudulent billing practices. In Albany, a major scandal involved state senators accepting bribes to influence legislation, further undermining public confidence in the government. And finally, at number 1, we have California. Despite its reputation for progressive policies, the state has been plagued by corruption at various levels of government. Recent cases include the FBI investigation into the Los Angeles City Council, where members were accused of accepting bribes from real estate developers. California has also seen corruption in its law enforcement agencies, with several officers convicted of drug trafficking and other illegal activities. Furthermore, the state has faced issues with corruption in its educational institutions, where administrators have been caught embezzling funds and manipulating records to secure additional state funding. In San Francisco, a significant scandal involved city officials accepting bribes to approve building permits and overlook safety violations, leading to multiple arrests and convictions.